Hello indie game fans, can you feel it in the air? This week brings us the PS5 review event, the IGN Expo and the Guerrilla Collective presentations, so expect plenty of announcements and reviews to add to the big picture. A bit of a strange week for releases, but we shall begin with Liberated.
With every passing year, the world we live in is getting worse. Technological progress and instant digital communication were supposed to make our lives easier and more enjoyable. They did not. Data from social media, monitoring systems, and digital payments is accumulated in large databases with individual profiles for every one of us. Our corrupt leaders know everything about us, manipulate us, feed us fake news, and sow dissent to keep us under control. They believe this will allow them to do whatever they wish, free of consequence. We will prove them wrong.
Call it serendipity or a stroke of luck, but this comic book stealth action platformer has you fighting against the system, where politicians and the elite have crafted a profile for every individual based on their social media information and uses this to manipulate, control and oppress the masses, including the use of police in order to do so. Sound familiar? An organization known as the Liberated fights against this oppression, where the story follows multiple individuals finding their way in this world. Very stylish and, as they say, fear the revolt.
Your efforts have landed us here, my faithful friend. The temple is complete, and we are about to embark upon our greatest exploit.
You're in for one hell of a ride.
Hey everyone, it's Jim Vasella, aka Jim Turn, and I'm pleased to take you through this official look at the Command & Conquer Remastered collection, featuring the complete games of Tiberian Dawn and Red Alert, along with their 3 expansion packs. Released in 1995, Command & Conquer defined the RTS genre.
But we need your help now.
Today, I'm going to take you through the complete package that players will experience.
Yes, I know, Electronic Arts is the furthest thing from indie, but developer Petroglyph does have a story to tell. A mid-sized studio, formed from the ashes of Westwood, they have tried to carry on their RTS legacy with the 8-bit series and Grey Goo, but perhaps nothing comes quite close to the original. The 4K remaster of the classic RTS series, Command & Conquer, has got me very nostalgic and very excited, with quite the number of new features added. With the release of the source code for the game, EA seems to have given up on the series, so open source and back to indie.
That will be in the final game.
I hope I can trust you with this.
CNC and Red Alert have been fully remastered to run at a beautiful 4K resolution. Every unit and structure has been rebuilt. We've even created a feature in solo mode, allowing you to toggle between the legacy and remastered graphics in real time. In addition to the over 100 original campaign missions, we've also included the Spec Ops missions from the console versions and other secret treats. Based on community feedback, we've completely overhauled the sidebar UI and created new flows for mission selection, controls, hotkeys, and much more. CNC's signature full-motion video cinematics have all been upscaled in resolution and feature newly remastered sound for the optimal experience.
You're the new addition to the Brotherhood.
In addition to the campaigns, the multiplayer has been entirely rebuilt for a modern experience. Choose from custom games or 1v1 quick match, all with an ELO-based matchmaking system and in-game leaderboard. The CNC and Red Alert soundtracks are legendary, and there was only one person who could remaster them with justice, the original composer, Frank Klepacki. Frank has remastered over 7 hours of music, including hidden and unreleased tracks from the original games. As a special highlight, the collection also includes over 20 face-melting tracks newly recorded by Frank Klepacki and the Tiberian Sons.
Tiberian Sun has risen!
Your entire soundtrack can then be customized via the enhanced in-game jukebox. We've also jam-packed the remastered collection with a ton of bonus features and content, For the complete list of features, be sure to check out our website at commandandconquer.com. We can't wait to see you on the battlefield, but for now, I'll simply leave you with this.
Welcome back, Commander.
That camera's still running.
One thing that struck me about My Hidden Things is the visual design, using the monochrome to great effect. This is a hidden object adventure game that makes you piece things together with a very effective art style that does look great. I don't normally cover VR games, so when I do, you know it's something to check out.
Darkness has fallen on Meliora. I see nothing but death and hatred. I need your help once more, wizard. I can see you are very busy. Any time now.
The Wizard's Dark Times is the follow-up to 2018's The Wizards, and both have you playing as a spell-slinging wizard. There is a gesture-based system to cast the spells, which adds to the immersion, with both games looking fantastic in the graphics department as well. There are additional environmental interactions, new enemies, reworked classic spells, and that familiar witty narrator, so all the elements of a good sequel, and certainly one to check out if you have a headset.
It's not the end of the world, so long as wizards walk the realm.
Sentimental K is a good-looking, melee-focused, third-person action-adventure roguelite, which, while possessing next to no story at all, does look pretty fun in the action and combat. Permadeath, procedural generation, upgrades, boss fights, and hordes of enemies in arenas makes this look pretty alright, but another early access title, so I want to see more. Just a quick note, if you are new here and enjoyed the video so far, be sure to subscribe and check out the Discord channel while you are at it. Here's to more indie gaming coverage, so back to the video. I pulled the trigger a little early on this one since after the video last week was released, the developer dropped in to say that it was delayed by a week, so here we are with KHARON'S CRYPT-EVEN Death May Die. As is pretty obvious by the way the developer chose to frame the trailer, this would not be out of place on a Game Boy Color. Playing as the Grim Reaper KHARON, you were imprisoned in a crypt by a mad king, so it is time to fight your way out. It is very classic Zelda-like in design, with dungeons to explore in a non-linear fashion and good old action-adventure combat. Interestingly, you can possess all enemies, from bats, armored guards, skeletons, and more, which then go on to have their own unique special abilities like flight, allowing you to access new areas. On top of that, you do unlock multiple items with special abilities as well, adding to the exploration. Gigantic boss fights are a must for these, which are present here, so this one does look pretty awesome indeed. This releases in early access with about 15 to 20 hours of content, with more enemy variety, secrets, and new puzzles to be added. I do love my turn-based roguelikes, and FAREO Shadowlands looks interesting, adding in some SRPG elements with Fire Emblem style combat sequences. Similar to Sentimentalk above, this doesn't really have much of a story, just taking place in a world where both machinery and magic are advancing rather quickly. A strange space-time rift fell from the sky and split the central continent into two, so it is up to you to build an elite team and venture forth to explore. There are 40 plus unique hero characters and supposedly more than 10 million combinations of equipment and teams, so we'll see if it lives up to that promise. Quite a number of Asian titles this week, and one which looks absolutely gorgeous is Craftopia, an open world game that blends the best of survival, hack and slash, automation and crafting games all into one. While the trailer does seem to be mainly focused on the combat, which does look great by the way, there seems to be a Pokemon-like mechanic to capture wild creatures, where enemies range from cows, deers, elephants, giraffes, skeletons, and even dragons. You can build planes and vehicles, run your own farm, level up, add to your skill tree, and so on, so it seems like an insanely ambitious title, which does look surprisingly good, all things considered. If Ark Survival Evolved, Satisfactory, or even Trailmakers did not hook you, perhaps give this one a look. The main thing that caught my attention with Ninja Scarf is the art style, which does look fantastic, almost like a painting come to life. Action looks great, with 4 different weapons to master, bosses to fight, and platforming to be done. Short and sweet, this one looks nice. I love playing as traditional enemies in games since I think it offers up a different perspective, so the bullet hell action roguelite Burning Knight is high on my list, since you play as a goblin who has to steal as much as you can from the Burning Knight's castle. Following in the footsteps of Enter the Gungeon, all the procedurally generated stuff is there, together with 300 plus relics, weapons, upgrades and hats, 14 unlockable NPCs, different playable classes, daily runs, achievements and more. Love the pixel art, and in a nice change, this is not in early access, with more promised free content updates to come, just like Gungeon. Based on the action in the trailer alone, this one should be a hit with roguelite fans, taking the #1 spot. To see more of the big picture, check out these awesome videos, and I will see you after the jump.